So now I'm going to show you how to create exploded Axon. First things that we are going to do, I'm gonna hide a roof and I'm gonna bring back the drawings, and I also hide the ground over here, and I'm going to hide all the other floor plans that I don't really need at the moment. So first things we are going to do is create a door uh, for uh, for the interior space. So looking at the floor plans over here, there is a door here. So I'm gonna start from there. The doors, regular height of the door is about 80 inches. They come in a couple different sizes, of course. But we are going to assume that door is 80 inches at the moment. So that's 6 feet and 8 inches. So create that line over here, move that up by 80. So that's the top of the doors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the surface over here. So surf PT to create the surface at this point. And you just have to pick 4 different points to create the surface. This should be on the interior walls. So change that. And I'm going into extrude surface. Over here, delete the surface. I'm going to create the surface again. So surf PT. This point, that point, this point, this point. And I'm going to extrude this surface again. And this is going to be a door. So I'm going to make this to 1.5 inches thick. Delete the surface. And I'm going to move this middle of the points to the middle of the wall over here. So that is the door. I'm going to create the layer for that door. Pink-ish. Okay. So I'm going to keep doing that for the rest of the space. So this is bedroom. So I'm going to keep doing the same things. And I'm going to skip that portion, of course. So I was creating a wall above the door, but because the roof is kind of sloping on one side, when I extruded the surface, this surface over here, I'm gonna delete that for now. There is a little bit of a gap over here. So what you can do is press Shift Control, and click one of these point surface edge, type move, click vertical, and click that corner and bring it up, and that will make the cleaner surface. And I'm gonna make this as the interior walls. And when we say clean models, that's kind of a general idea that we are talking about. So like the lines are matching, corners are matching, straight lines. Okay. Now I have all the doors built for regular doors, also for doors for closet as well. So this is a closet. So I built the doors. The doors for the closet are narrower, so I'm just kind of dividing it into the smaller doors. What we are going to do next is create something like a fireplace. So this is fireplace in this house. So I'm going to build that as well. Okay, so I have kind of fireplace. I just need to bring back the roof to cut that. So I'm just going to do split. Okay, that should do the trick. So now I have the fireplace as well. And this is the entertainment units and dining tables and kitchens. The other things we want to build is a kitchen counters over here. So I'm gonna go to that. So kitchen counters project over here. So, and then I'm gonna also draw a line over here. In this kitchen counters, the depth of the kitchen counter is usually 25.5. In this case, in this drawings, it's 24 inches. So I'm going to offset the line from here, and then offset by 24 inches to create the counter. So draw 3 lines, offset, distance 24 inches. So I'm just going to trim these. Yeah. So window frame. Fillet to connect these 2 lines, and this should be good to go. Now this line's on a different plane, so set PP. This is set Z directions, join, and this should be a closed curve now. So let's see, show everything. Yes, I just need to bring this back. Show. I'm going to move this point vertically to over here, and then I'm gonna raise this up by 36 inches. Kitchen counters are usually at 3 feet, and I'm going to extrude this curve by 1.5 inches for counter thickness. 1.5 inches usually for the stone counters, stone slab counters, kitchen counters. Korean other surface could be thinner, like an inch or half inch. Anyways, I'm gonna take this curve again and move this so it's at the bottom of the counter. And I'm going to isolate these 3 elements. So what I'm going to do is bring these curves in towards here, inside. So Control Shift click to select the curve segment. I'm going to move this by 3 inches. I'm going to do the same things for this curve segment as well, minus 3 inches. Actually, instead of making that 3 inches deep, I'm gonna make it to 1.5. So I'm gonna type 1.5 again over here, and minus 1.5 inches over here. And I'm gonna do this same things over here. minus 1.5 inches. And now I'm going to extrude that. I'm going to hide this surface. And I'm going to extrude this curve to over here. And this would be the really simple kitchen counter. It's missing a lot of things, but we are going to say that it's the kitchen counter for now. And I'm gonna put this on fixture layer. So now I have this standing table added to the kitchen. What I'm going to do next is to combine the wall space above the doors so that they are combined to all the interior walls are combined together. This is so that I can get rid of this Rhino construction lines, and this becomes important when I produce the exploded accents. So over here, I'm going to just isolate this element. And what I'm going to do is select all the geometries and type Boolean union. And that will get all the geometries combined, but we still see this lines over here. And to get rid of that, I'm going to type merge all coplanar faces, enter, and that will get rid of the lines over here. So you probably want to do that too for all of the separated elements. I already did it, so like it looks a little bit cleaner in this model. But that's something that we want to do first. And I'm going to bring back all the geometries together. And then also now there's these points over here that I use to create the steps. I'm going to delete that, and to select the points, just points, I'm going to press Control. So Control and left click on the not curve, left click on the points over here. And then I'm just going to select this. That will allow us to select just the points, nothing else. So that's a little bit cleaner, I think. And then what I'm going to do is to bring back the ground and the roof. So this is the very first things, the very first thing that I have to do is to duplicate the liner model. So I'm going to press Alt and left click over here to copy the geometries over here. So I would like to keep this for the future use. So now I'm just going to group this by pressing Control Z like this. And I'm going to hide that geometry over here. And now coming back to this geometries over here, I'm going to hide roof over here. And I'm also going to hide the ground for the moment. And I'm going to create rectangle. So rectangle, enter, and then kind of just create this. And then I'm going to select that rectangle lines and type planar surf to create surface, flat surface over here. And I'm going to just kind of bring this surface to here. Also, I have to uncheck the project first and then move this over here. So then I'm just going to place this surface somewhere in the middle of the geometries. And then I'm going to move this surface up by 5 feet. So 5 feet. And this is probably a good place to cut the geometries, since this page is cutting through all the windows um, um, from all the sides. So that's probably a good idea. Now what I'm going to do is I have to use the Boolean split command, and that asks you for the select surfaces to split. So I'm going to just select all the geometries up here and hit enter. And then now it's asking for the cutting surface. So that is what this green surface is about. And I'm going to hit enter. Now all these geometries are cut at uh, at this level where the surface is. So then I'm gonna go to front view to select all the geometries above the surface over here, the green surface over here. And then I'm just gonna press Control G to group them. And then let's see, I'm gonna move this up by, let's just say 40 feet or so. So that's kind of like out of the way for us. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for here as well, for the lower floor plan as well. So what I'm going to do is kind of, I would like to go back to front and then sort of select all the geometries up here. And going back to the perspective view, and I'm going to hide this. Now I'm gonna move this surface to the top of the interior basement floor, and then I'm gonna move this up, kind of like this. And I'm going to move this up by 5 feet. And that looks like, again, it's cutting through all the windows. And that's what you want to do as much as possible. Now it's also cutting through this lamp and stairs over here. But I actually don't want that to be cut. So I'm just going to hide these geometries. They could be just a part of this portion of the exploded accent. So I'm going to hide that. And then now I'm going to type. Let's see. Now I'm going to type Boolean split again, and then select all the geometries. And I'm going to press Control and left click this surface to uncheck it and hit enter. Now it's asking for the select cutting surface. So that's what this green surface is again. So hit enter. So now all the geometries are being cut. I'm gonna go to front view again and select everything that's above the green surface. Okay. I have to bring back the type. I have to type show command to bring everything back over here. And now I'm gonna go back to the front view over here and select everything together. Okay. And I want to make sure I'm going to hide this surface. Oops. So I'm going to go back to the front view and select everything above what I just cut, and then go back to the perspective view. And here I just have to make sure these steps are also selected. And then I'm going to press Control G to group them. And I'm going to select this and type 40 feet, let's just say. Okay. So now that should give us the, and I'm gonna delete this. So that should give us the and I'm going to group this geometry as well. That will give us that kind of basics to start with over here. Now I'm gonna go into the named view, double click on the isometric view, and so that you can kind of see isometric northwest Z and E to and zoom into the Z and S to zoom into the selected object, and that looks like actually pretty good. Basically, you don't want some of this part to be overlapping with the lower geometry, so it was like this. That's probably not something that we want to have. We want to make sure they are kind of separated altogether. Now I'm gonna just select some of these components over here. By pressing Control Shift G will unlock the group. So I'm just gonna delete them over here and there. Probably that's okay. And then I'm going into Control Shift G to ungroup it, and then delete those lines over here. And this too as well. So that seems like okay. And I am going to group this and group this. And then what I will do is I'm gonna type isometric again and northwest view. And then I'm just gonna hide these geometries. And then Z for zoom and S for selected. Now I'm going to create a dash lines that's connecting where it's been cut. Now I'm gonna go into hybrid layers, and I'm going to create another layer that's called dash lines. Let me change the colors, something like that. And then I'm going to draw a line from here, that point to that point. The line and B for the vertical. So then I can just draw that. Lines kind of like this. I'm gonna do the same thing for this here too, line B. And I'm going to draw that. Line and B. Yeah. Okay. So that should work. Isometric, northwest. And I'm just gonna zoom out a bit and then create another new view. Explode it, click OK. So now, actually, I probably forgot the roof. So I'm going to move this roof, click vertical, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna select the bottom corner of the roof and then move this up to that point. So now that roof looks okay. And I'm gonna go back to this view over here. And let's see. So for the work in progress drawings, ground. Yep. So for the work in progress drawings, what I would like to do is by pressing Alt and left click to select all the geometries. Actually, I don't really need this. And also, it looks like I have to extend this ground as well. So I'm going to press Shift Control, and left click to select that edge and type M to move this.
to somewhere kind of over there. And that should work a little bit more, I guess. So Shift Control left click, move. I'm gonna do the same things over here too, and move this. Okay. Yeah. So then I'm going to press Alt, and left click over here to make the make 2D drawings. So view is good. Maintain source layer is good. This time I'm going to uncheck this group output. And then layer's name is, yeah, exploded. That sounds good. Click OK. And now if I go to the top view and bring this kind of somewhere out here, we have the isometric view to start with, and I'm just going to delete this. And then for work in progress view, this is all really you need. And I'm going to just kind of click on the new layout over here. Change this to exploded Axon. Click OK. And if I select this and go to the properties, I can double click over here, kind of zoom in. And let's see, I think it was 1/8 earlier, but I'm not sure if that's going to be something that fits. It doesn't. So maybe I'll try 1/16. Yeah. And that seems like it fits better. So that's probably what we want to do. Also, a lot of time exploded Axon is we use it for diagrams, so which we might not really need exact scale, so to speak. So I might just zoom in a little bit, and then that's probably okay. And if you have this, then you can Control P to press and click on Adobe PDF 11:17 landscape vector output layout. You can just do this to 1:1 and make sure that you have this output color black and white is selected and click print. And this will get us the I'm going to just save this into the desktop over here. And then that will give us the work in progress drawings. That kind of looks like this. So this is okay for the work in progress drawings. Also, now I made this, I'm starting to realize there are some things that I missed. For example, there is no line over here. There's a line missing. Also, I think there's a line missing. So this is also a good way to check some of the line weights, so to speak. It's probably I'm probably missing some of the lines in the windows as well. So that's also something I will take care of that as a part of this tutorial. So I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna go back to the perspective. So because all these things were missing, I'm going to first I'm gonna select this ground to another ground surface, type intersect command, click OK. So that creates the lines over here. And I'm going to do the same things between, I'm going to ungroup this and I'm going to select this geometry and then the ground geometry, type intersect, and that created the curve line over here. Also, the other things that I noticed was windows and window frame selections. So I'm going to, I want to make sure there is line for that. So I'm going to select window frame, select, and I'm going to press Shift and right click on the window grazing and click on select object. Now all these window glazing and window frame are selected. I'm going to type intersect, and that gives us some lines over here. Um, yeah, maybe it's also a quicker way to you could just like select everything and then do that, run that intersect command. That might be a little bit safer options, but maybe I will do that here and intersect. And this might take a minute because there's a lot of geometries. And I'm going to Control G to group them. Also, I don't want any of these points, so I'm going to press Control, and left click on the points, and then select all the points over here and delete them. Okay. I think that should work well. Now I'm gonna go back to the this view over here and select all the geometries by pressing Alt and left click, make 2D, explode it to, and okay. Okay, now if I go to the top view, I have this. And now if I check that, there is those lines that was missing earlier is kind of working out. It looks we have these lines, so that works out. Yep. And I'm just gonna delete this over here. Okay.